We're live! Now, last time we did this, we could see how many people were watching.
34.
Where did you see that? Oh, 30 people watching.
34.
Hello, 34 people that are watching. We've started marking the picture round. So there've been a few come through already. We said this in the email. If you press update as you do it, then it makes it even faster for us, because then we can just keep marking. Even if you change the answer later on, that doesn't matter. If you put in I can't even think of an example.
Yeah, it helps us to get ahead with the marking.
Yeah, we get ahead with the marking. Even if you put in the wrong answer and you change it later, just press update a few times. That makes it really easy.
I can see all your answers as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. And how is it that we can see everyone's answers, James?
On that link.
That's not what I'm getting at. Right. How is it that we have this awesome system that we can see everybody's answers?
Oh, thanks to Matt.
Yeah, Matt Parkinson set up our new website, so it means that you can send the answers in faster and we can mark them faster.
Yeah.
Without looking quite frazzled.
We've got audio but not video.
Ah.
Oh, bum. It's weird because the camera's on.
Yeah. Press the mute button a couple of times.
No, the mute just blocks the sound.
I know, but if you press it, you might just figure out why it's not working. You tested the sound when you did it before, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, it's not the sound that's the problem, it's the video.
Audio but not video.
Ah. Can we just turn it off and...
Yeah, let's turn it on, off and on again.
What does that mean? We need to schedule another stream though?
Can email everyone a new link.
No, I won't do that yet. Oh, that's annoying.
We can see your picture screen, but you can't see us moving. This is why we start it up half an hour before we actually need to be doing stuff. So we've got plenty of time to sort out this kind of stuff. Do you want me to move over? Oh, no, apparently video is working.
Oh.
Thanks for letting us know. So video is working. Andy, you said video is working, and I assume you can hear us as well. Yeah, Isabel says we can see and hear you fine.
All right, maybe there's a problem with your end, Matt.
Not that we can judge your IT skills.
Well, that's good news anyway. Didn't know what was going on there, so I was going to have to change that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's working now. Hey, hello.
We did consider upgrading our wigs, but I just got a new hairband instead.
Mine had things living in it. So we've got, including the people that entered the teams in twice, we've got 45 teams, which is, I think there were about 3 or 4 people who did that. So we've got about 40 teams, which is the same as last year, which is cool.
Which is good.
And a lot of people are finding the first round quite hard, but one team's already got 9. So click on update when you've filled in a few answers, then we can get ahead on marking them.
Do you know, of all the rounds, I found this one the easiest.
Well, you got 2 on this one.
I'm not very good at quizzes. 2's pretty good for me. That's why I'm in the quiz. I do not do the quiz.
Now, with Matt's new software, I can see what everyone's answers as they put them in, which is really good. As long as you click update, that is. You've still got 24 minutes before we lock that round. And the picture round that you've got, I think has round 5 written on it, but it's not round 5, it's round 1.
Does it still have round 5 written on it?
Yeah.
Oh dear, whoops. You'll notice me texting quite a bit as I'm going. It's because I'm not the only one marking. We've got Matt and Charlotte Fletcher at home doing some marking as well. So we're just comparing notes and on who's doing which round. So thank you to Matt and Charlotte who are helping out. Round 1, question 5.
I mean, this wig is hot.
The heating's finally working, eh?
You can see one team's got 9 of the first round, one team's got 6, one team's got 5 so far.
Do you know what, though? You probably shouldn't say that because they might have 9, think they put in the wrong answer for something and change it and not end up with 9. Does that make sense?
No. I mean, like the mastermind game.
Mastermind game? What's that?
Well, you have to guess which pegs are in the right slot, and you guess, and they say you got 1 wrong, so you have to put them in again.
Literally never watched that in my life.
It's a game. It's not. Oh, I see. They didn't have that in Australia, did they?
No. That's my excuse for not doing very well in 80s and 90s quizzes. I wasn't here in the 80s and 90s. Now I've got 48, so we've got a few new people who have joined us. We're starting properly at 8 o'clock, but we are live early just to check that we don't have any technical difficulties and going through all of the picture round answers at the moment. Oh, what's going on upstairs?
I don't know. Look.
Well,
Don't say anything, but yeah.
Don't say that. Everyone watching is going to think there's like some big secret. This is James playing with Matt's fancy new website. We get anything for that?
No.
This seemed like a good idea.
We're on mute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, I've got a few more people joining us. We are starting properly at 8 o'clock. We're streaming a bit sooner to check we don't have any technical difficulties, but things seem to be going fine. And we're marking your picture rounds at the moment because the answers are coming through for that. It's helpful as you do rounds if you press update a couple of times, you know, if you remember. If you press update as you go, as opposed to all of you doing it right at the very end. If you press update as you go, it means that we just mark a little bit quicker, which is we just mark a bit quicker, which just means there are fewer pauses. Yeah, so you've still got 12 minutes to finish the picture round. If you need to get in touch with us, I'm keeping an eye on the
email.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the email. One email comes through saying, are we entering answers for picture round 1 and 5? Yeah, I hope this doesn't confuse people. This is what we're doing now is picture round, which is round 1. Picture round is round 1.
Round 5 was a mistake. It's not round 5, it's round 1.
It was round 5.
Let's not get into that though.
Yeah, but actually someone's filled it in as round 5. So I don't even know what team that is. If I mark that as wrong, then that will come up. No, it won't. If I mark that as correct.
Teams have entered it as round 5.
Only one.
Just to clarify, this is round 1, so please enter it under round 1, not round 5.
Oh, but if I put that as correct,
and
then I go to the scores, then we can see score in round 5 is here at Litlington Light Bulbs. If you are Litlington Light Bulbs, that's Will Dan's. I'm really sorry. The picture round does actually say round 5 on it. But it's
round 1.
It is actually round 1. So that's fine. If you don't mind just re-entering the answers as round 1, that would be really good. It won't affect it. It just means that when you come to do round 5, you just write over the answers and re-input it. But if you could put all of your answers into round 1, exactly as you've just done, then that will sort that out. I'm really sorry, but yeah. So this is not round 1. This is not round 5. This is round 1. So the picture round is round 1. Let's just see if that has.
Someone else has said, does clicking update mean that you can't change your answers? No, it doesn't. It just means that we can get ahead with marking the answers. You can still change them. You will not be marked officially until 8 o'clock, probably, when we freeze the marks. So it doesn't commit you to doing anything. So you can still change later on, and because when you change later on, it will just be marked as a new. Oh, hello, Siri.
So if the correct answer is Ernie, and you type in Bert, and then you press update, and then you realize actually the answer is Ernie, and then you put in Ernie, and then you think, oh no, I changed my mind, it's Bert. Doesn't matter. It's whatever you have updated last and ends up in that text on the right-hand side of the boxes. That's what we mark. If we mark it and then you update it again, that's fine. It just means that if somebody else says Ernie and Bert, then they will already be marked because the system learns the marking we've already done. So that's where it makes it a little bit
we're
easier
marking
for us.
distinct answers.
Yeah. Yes, so it's marked correct temporarily. What do you say? Teams and scores. So what was that team that I just said?
Lidlington.
That's right. Litlington Light Bulbs. Yep, I can. Yeah, Litlington Light Bulbs. Could you either? I can't see any marks yet for round 1. I'll either need to see some marks from you or have an email just to check that you've got that message, that it isn't actually round 5, that they need to be switched over to round 1.
Seven minutes left before you submit your final answers.
Marbles.
Right, we're back on live now.
Okay.
Don't swear.
Question 10.
We've got 4 minutes left, so we're gonna freeze it at 8. Is that what we're gonna do?
Except for that one team,
If we
the
update, so I've got an
Litlington.
email. If we update, can you see our changed answers? Yes, we can. Whatever you end up with at 8 o'clock is what you're left with. So if you submit an answer at say 7:50 and we mark it wrong, it doesn't matter if you change it later and you get it right, it will still be marked as right.
But if somebody else gets the same wrong answer, it makes it easier for us.
Yeah. So 3 minutes left. Have the round 5 people changed it?
I'll have a look in a
What was the
minute.
team called again?
Litlington something. I will check in a sec. Unfortunately, the make of the car doesn't get you any points for round 1. It's not like school where you have to put in as much info as possible just in case it's a hard one.
Let's see, round 5. Yeah, so if you're part of Littling Light Bulbs, and your name is, what's the contact?
Will Dunn.
Pardon? Will Dans, not Will
Dan.
Dunn.
Oh, sorry.
Will Dunn.
Will Dunn. Will Dunn. That's great.
If you're part of Littling Light Bulbs or your name is Will Dans, please can you change your input of the picture round from round 5 to round 1, please, and then click update so we know you've done it, because we don't know what you've done until you click update. And you've got 2 minutes left to do that. Thanks. Still a few of you haven't updated. You've got 2 minutes left before it locks and you're left with 0 points.
Email me if you've got technical difficulties, though.
I suggest clicking update now anyway, at least you get some points. One minute left before we freeze. So if you're in Littling Light Bulbs, we haven't heard back from you about whether you've heard our message about entering your answers in round 1 instead of round 5.
So unfortunately, our picture quiz had round 5 written on it. This is not a great start, is it? The picture round had round 5 written on it, but it was actually round 1. And Litlington Light Bulbs, you've put the answers in for round 5, and we've been trying to get in touch with you to say, could you please re-enter your answers into your round 1 box, which I don't think you have done yet. It's possible they have, and we just haven't marked their questions yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to lock it, and if we end up not having heard anything from Litlington Light Bulbs, then we will add them manually later.
Yeah.
But that will be the only team that we will manually add any scores to.
So we're going to freeze it in a minute, which means that Well, we've gone past 8 o'clock now.
Yeah,
So.
we've gone past 8 o'clock. So what we're going to do as soon as I press update, we're going to lock this at round 1. And then that's all closed except for Litlington light bulbs. If you want to email me different answers, then that's fine. So we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, that one's submitted, and it is 2 minutes past 8. That's not too bad for a slightly late start time. So welcome everybody to our second lockdown quiz. We're pleased so many of you have come back, and I think we've got a few new people as well. The idea behind this is that you have a fun night hanging out with friends, kind of like a virtual pub table, and listen to us reading out the questions. Hopefully you'll remember to read out all the answers. We are having everyone putting their answers into a website this time. And thank you very much, Matt Parkinson, for spending so much time setting that up for us. It's going to make marking a lot easier. And it then means everything will just be a little bit quicker and a little bit calmer, and should also be a lot of fun for everyone. So, yeah, welcome.
Yeah, welcome, indeed. And we've now locked your round 1 answers for Cars on Screen. So thanks for doing those. I thought they were quite tricky, but I can see already that we haven't finished marking them yet, but I can see already 2 or 3 have got 10. So well done to those.
Interestingly, we found this in the last quiz as well. The teams that tend to get the high scores are also the teams that tend to put their answers in quickest. So I think it's one of those things that if people know the answer, they tend to
put it down straight away,
pretty quickly. Yeah.
So that's cool. So there will be 5 rounds in addition to the picture round today. We will have 1 round on 80s music coming up now, 1 round on 90s music. Then we've got sport and film and TV. And then we have the final round, which is anything goes or potpourri. But we're not going to get into that again. So we're on, people can hear us now, I think, which is good. So I think we can start with the round 1 questions, the round 2 questions, which is 80s music. And then after that, we'll give you an update on the scores from the picture round once we've finished marking.
I think we're done with marking already.
Are we?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep, I think so. No.
Can you check?
Yeah.
Shall I give it the answers now? Or?
I may as well. Let me just double check that we've got all the scores for that. So we go mark quiz answers. No, everyone has been, everyone's marked.
Okay, great.
So we're good to go. Yeah, you can read out the answers for round 1 before we start off with round 2.
All right. So the answers to round 1, Cars on Screen. I can see 3 people got full marks. Well done to them. So question 1, picture 1, was the Ferrari 250 GT California featured in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Or not, because it was a replica, obviously. But yeah, it was kind of smashed about a bit in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the film. Question 2, which I thought was quite a tricky one. It was a yellow Citroen 2CV, obviously. And this was featured in the James Bond film For Your Eyes Only. And Roger Moore drove that. He did have a kind of red Lotus Esprit part of it, but I think that got blown up. So he went into a Citroen 2CV, a yellow one, and he drove that. Question 3, the Mini with the bridesmaid, was it in the picture? The bridesmaid might have given you the clue rather than the Mini, as that was 4 Weddings and a Funeral. 4 Weddings and a Funeral, that one. Number 4, which I thought was probably the hardest one, but still, obviously 3 of you got it, was a Rover P6 of The Gaffer. And The Gaffer was an ITV series in the early 80s, I think, that was on about in the afternoon sometime. I don't remember why I watched it. It featured the actor Bill Maynard, but that was The Gaffer. So well done if you got that. Number 5 was the Audi S8 featured in Ronin, which is one of the best car chases in any movie ever. Ronin, that one. Number 6 was the AMC Pacer featured in Wayne's World when they did the Bohemian Rhapsody thing. Wayne's World. Question 7. The answer was Minder. That's Terry McCann's Ford Capri featured in Minder. I think a few professionals, and they did have Capris in, but they were Mark IIIs. This was a Mark II Capri, and that was Terry McCann's Ford Capri featured in the opening titles. Question 8 was a bit tricky as well. I don't think many of you got that one either. That was a really, really good film from the 80s featuring John Cleese called Clockwise, when his Austin 1300, I think, enters the field and gets stuck and he sprays that mud and stuff. That was Clockwise. So well done if you got that. Number 9, the car was a Rover 200, and it was featured in I'm Alan Partridge. Alan Partridge we accepted. That was fine. And that was after Alan refused to drive a Mini Metro, a Rover Metro. So Rover 200 was that one. Number 10, the car might not have given it away, but the background might have. This was Friends. This was the Porsche 911 convertible that was featured in an episode of Friends. What was it called? The one where Joey gets a Porsche or something like that.
It's Porsche. Here's my baby.
Porsche, yeah. So those are the answers to round 1. So well done if you got those. Do you want to do the table or shall I? I'll do it.
No,
well, we won't do many anyway. The three of you got full marks for that one. That was Kiwis Can. So well done to those. Distant Minds and Collins Angels, whose name rings a bell because I think they won the quiz last time. So well done to those. We had 3 teams on 9, which were Nerd Immunity, Carol Singing Outside, 18th of December, 6:30 p.m. I'm probably not going to say that every time, but I'll say it once. And The Grinches, they all got 9. I think I'll read out the people who got 8 as well. The people who got 8, We Get Locked Down, But We Get Up Again. Quizzy Rascals, It's Quizmas Time, who I also remember from last time doing very well. And The Shoulder Pads and It'll Be All Right on the Night. They all got 8. So well done to you.
To back up slightly with our Litlington saga, I have actually found your answers and I've marked you anyway. So so that's all fine. So your score from that round will be added to your total at the end. And I'm really, really sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry about that. It was our mistake.
But you don't need to worry about emailing me your answers. I've got that all sorted. Right.
So after that, we'll move on to the questions for round 2, which is 80s music. 80s music. So question 1 on 80s music. Who had a number...
Sorry.
Pardon?
Do we want to read out the answers for the last round first?
We just did.
Oh, did we?
That's what I've been doing for the last minute.
I was busy marking.
Right, question 1. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Another cocktail?
On it.
By the way, we've got some cocktails from bar
196
from Darren, so thanks for those from the village. They are great.
Yeah. Delivered this afternoon, straight
Yeah.
into the fridge, and definitely tastes nicer than anything we'd make at home.
Yeah.
So thanks.
Try not to have too many of those, though. So
I'm not as many as it seems.
Question 1, round 2, question 1, 80s music. Who had a number 1 hit with I Want to Know What Love Is in 1985? Who had a number 1 hit with I Want to Know What Love Is in 1985? And remember to keep clicking update, but you're not committed when you click update. Remember that. Right. Question 2. What were the Christian names of the 4 members of the original lineup of Bucks Fizz? The Christian names only. The Christian names of the 4 members of the original lineup of Bucks Fizz. They've changed a lot in recent years as egos have parted a few of them. But what were the Christian names of the original ones? The ones that won the Eurovision Song Contest. You will get half a point for 2 names, so it's worth putting down a couple if you don't know them all. Question 3. Another James Bond question. Who sang the theme to the James Bond film Octopussy? Who sang the theme to the James Bond film Octopussy? Right. Question 4. Which model and drummer duo presented the disastrous and hilarious 1989 Brit Awards? Which model and drummer duo presented the disastrous and hilarious 1989 Brit Awards? So we're looking for a model and a drummer. Question 5, and this is a lyric one. Which #1 song begins with the line, "Every day I hear a different story, people saying that you're no good for me"? Which #1 song begins with the line, "Every day I hear a different story, people saying that you're no good for me"? And I did my best not to sing it.
Yeah, it's hard.
I didn't see that one. Okay, yeah. So that is "Every day I hear a different story, people saying that you're no good for me."
And a reminder that I'm checking emails as we go through this. So if there are any questions that you want repeated, just ping me an email and we can go through that again. That's
Or
no
if I'm
problem.
going too fast, going too slow, you can't hear me or whatever, then yeah, let
I'm
us
keeping an
know.
eye on that.
Question 6, and this has a little bit of maths in it. So get your pens ready if you've got pen privileges.
Have you got your pen license yet?
Pen license, that's it. Yeah.
Did you never have a pen license?
No, I've never heard of that before since Charlie had it.
I think you're literally the only person I know that's never had. Yeah, Charlie's desperate for his pen license. If any of Charlie's class
why do you need a license to use a pen?
I think because when you have a pen, it's like a privilege. It's like a big kid thing, so it's something to work towards. And
never had
also,
that.
you can't rub out a rub out a pencil. You can't rub out a pen like you can a pencil. So if you're like really messy and stuff, and you keep crossing out and rubbing out, then yeah. So it's like a sign that you're proficient enough with your handwriting that you can be trusted with a biro.
No, we never had that in the West Country. Maybe they didn't give us pens.
So if you don't have your pen license yet, can I have that Bic back, please?
No, that's mine. All right. Question 6. What total do you get when you add the number of Nana's red balloons, the number of miles in the title of the Proclaimers song, and the number in the name of Nick Hayward's band? So I want you to total up the number of Nana's red balloons, the number of miles in the title of the Proclaimers song, and the number in the name of Nick Hayward's band. And what does that add up to? Right, question 7. What are the Christian names of the Kemp brothers from Spandau Ballet? The Christian names of the Kemp brothers from Spandau Ballet. Question 8. Which 80s star's real name was Stuart Goddard? Which 80s star's real name was Stuart Goddard? Don't give any clues. Right, question 9. Which 2 world leaders were portrayed fighting in a boxing ring in the music video for Frankie Goes to Hollywood's Two Tribes in 1984? Which 2 world leaders were portrayed fighting in a boxing ring in the music video for Frankie Goes to Hollywood's Two Tribes in 1984? And the final question for round 2. Which festive song was the flip side of the double A side Everything She Wants? Which festive song was the flip side of the double A side Everything She Wants? And that's the end of round 2, which was 80s music. So we're going to give you 5 minutes before we freeze that. So you've got 5 minutes to...
It's 8:25 by my clock.
Yeah, so up to 8:25. If you want us to repeat any questions or...
There was one I wanted to clarify. You may have mentioned this. Question 5. Which number 1 song begins with the line, "Every day I hear a different story, people saying you're no good for me"? We need the band and the song title.
Yeah, you got
and you'll get half
each.
point for each. Yeah.
So 5 minutes to click update. You got to click update. If you don't click update, then we don't know what you've got. No, wrong.
I know that's wrong. I was just wondering why that was there.
Why not? Oh, they put the wrong question answer. That should have been there.
Okay, so one team, just check that you haven't got 9 and 10 around the wrong way. There's one team put their question 9 answer into question 10.
No, it wasn't question 10.
Yes, they put their question 9 answer into question 10.
Oh, yeah, check your 9 and 10 around the right way before you click update.
Yeah.
You've still got 4 minutes before you click update finally, before we freeze. So check your 9 and 10 answers because one person's entered number 9 and number 10.
Shall I just read those again just to check? So number 9 is which 2 world leaders were portrayed fighting in a boxing ring in the music video for Frankie Goes to Hollywood's Two Tribes in 1984? That was question 9. Question 10 is which festive song was the flip side of the double A side Everything She Wants? Can we repeat question 4, 8, and 9? Right, I've just repeated question 9, so tell me if you want to hear that one again, okay? Question 8, which 80s star's real name was Stuart Goddard?
What was the other one they wanted repeating? 4. Question 4 was which model and drummer duo presented the disastrous and hilarious 1989 Brit Awards? So we're looking for a model and a drummer here. And you've got 3 minutes before you click update for the final time.
Thank you to one of Charlie's teachers who said Charlie should have his pen license. He thinks he should have his pen license too. Right, so repeating number 4, 6, and 9. Okay, so 4 we repeated, didn't we?
4, 8, and 9.
4, 6, and 9.
6 we haven't done.
Yeah.
Okay, 6. Yeah, that was one to repeat.
Yeah.
So 6 was what total number do you get when you add the number of Nana's red balloons, the number of miles in the title of the Proclaimers song, and the number in the name of Nick Hayward's band?
So the number of miles, the number of red balloons, I've done it the wrong way around, the number of red balloons, the number of miles, and the number in the name of his band. You
got to be careful for saying that, because when I did a dry run on this, I said the numbers in the question.
Yeah, in fact, I don't really like reading the questions because I'm nearly reading out the answers. Yeah, and there's that email.
Okay.
All right. So I think we have covered all the repeats of questions that you've all asked for, but email me now, right now, if you want me to read out something else again. We've had a bit of feedback that we need perhaps a little bit more of a gap between questions. So we will do that, and yeah, our apologies. So email me now if you want me to repeat a question.
You've still got a minute before you press update and we freeze it.
I sent that message. Right, let me just right, so we've just had another question 2. Question 2 is, what were the Christian names of the 4 members of the original lineup of Bucks Fizz? Question 3, who sang the theme to the James Bond film Octopussy? And I need to repeat question 10 as well.
Can I do it?
Yeah, go for it.
Which festive song was the flip side of the double A side, Everything She Wants? So you had double A sides. What was the other side of it? And we're going to lock it up pretty soon.
Yeah, we're just doing a couple more minutes because we had to reread some of those questions. Right. And I'm emailing my mum because she's FaceTiming me at the moment.
Why don't your mum take part?
They're about to go to Melbourne. They're finally letting people from Tasmania out. Yes.
So we're nearly ready to freeze. So please press update if you haven't already.
Right, let me just check we didn't get any more repeat questions. How many paid teams are taking part? I think we've got 36 registered. Which is quite a few of you.
Yeah, it's around 36 to 40.
We've got 40 registered, but a couple of them are repeats, aren't they?
Yeah, 10, 20, 30, 40. No, we've got 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 48 registered, but a few of those are repeats.
So there must be 40.
So we've got about 40-ish.
40, yeah. Okay, I'm going to lock into round 2 now. There we are. Okay, which means you can read the answers out if you like. It's locked.
Have you marked them all?
No, but actually we don't need to mark them all to answer them, to read out the answers.
That's true, yeah. Okay, so we'll read out the answers for round 2. So hopefully by then they might have been marked, maybe?
Yeah, it's only me that's holding up the show with marking.
So round 2, 80s music, the answers. Number 1, who had a number 1 hit with I Want to Know What Love Is in 1985? It was Foreigner. Question 2, what were the Christian names of the 4 members of the original lineup of Bucks Fizz? That was Mike Nolan, Bobby G, Cheryl Baker, and Jay Aston. So you got 2 points for all of those, half point if you got 2 or 3. Question 3, who sang the theme to the James Bond film Octopussy? That was Rita Coolidge. Song was All Time High. Much underrated Bond theme, I thought. All Time High, Rita Coolidge. Question 4, which model and drummer duo presented the disastrous and hilarious 1989 Brit Awards? It was, of course, Mick Fleetwood from Fleetwood Mac and Samantha Fox, or Sam Fox. Question 5, every day I hear a different story. People saying that you're no good for me. That was Wham's Freedom. Wham Freedom. Question 6, what total do you get when you add the number of 99? I can't to say that, yeah. Naina's 99 red balloons, Proclaimers 500 miles, and Nick Hayward's band. Nick Hayward was the lead singer with Haircut 100. So it was 99 plus 500 plus 100, which is 699. So well done for that.
Do you want to guess how many of them got that right?
How many?
31.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well done.
That was, I think, one of the top scoring answers.
Oh, I should have done multiply instead of to the power of or something like that.
Difficult math. Square root of.
Question 7. What are the Christian names of the Kemp brothers from Spandau Ballet? It was, of course, Gary Kemp and Martin Kemp. Gary and Martin. Which 80s star's real name was Stuart Goddard? And I hope my dad's got this one, or my sister, because I was a massive fan when I was younger. Adam Ant, of course. Adam Ant, that was.
And quite a few of you got that one right as well. Yeah.
Question 9 was a little bit tricky. Which 2 world leaders were portrayed fighting in a boxing ring in the music video for Frankie Goes to Hollywood's Two Tribes? Now, during the midst of the Cold War, it's obviously America and Soviet Union, and it was obviously Reagan, 94. The second one was Chernenko, Konstantin Chernenko. Some of you put Gorbachev, but he wasn't in power for it until about a year afterwards, I think. But yeah, Chernenko, so well done if you got that. Question 10 was, which festive song was the flip side of the double A side, Everything She Wants? That was a double A side single that was released by Wham, and it was Last Christmas. So we finished the marking after?
Yeah, we finished all the marking for that. I think we're good to go.
Right,
so,
do you want to do the tables?
Position after round 2. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? We've got 7 in equal first place.
No, that's the one I've got. What are you looking at? No, you need to.
Oh, there's 7 in
equal bottom place.
Equal bottom place. All right. In first place, yeah, I'm with it now.
Should we count down?
This is no, not going for ages. This is not because of Matt's awesome website failing. This
User
is
error.
This is my lack of numerical ability. Okay, in first place at the moment are Collins Angels, who they're our winners from last year, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
They are indeed. In second place, we have.
So did you say they had 20?
20.
Yeah, full marks so far.
Yeah, full marks on both
rounds. Well done.
In second place, we have Distant Minds.
With 19.5, needs to say the score as well.
19.5, who are actually not so distant minds because they you can see their house from our house.
Yeah, but only half a point wrong so far, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, that is pretty good. In third place with 17.5 is It's Quizmas Time, which is one of our more entertaining names. Thank you. Who that team actually, if they've got the same people in it, were
second
joint
time. First, but they lost on the tie break.
Yeah. We have Kiwis Can.
No, hang on. Where are you? No, you missed out one. Fourth place is We Get Locked Down, but We Get Up Again. And they're on 17. We're here, aren't we?
Oh, how have I got them?
I don't know.
Oh,
so they're on 17. And fifth place are the Grinches with 16.5. Joint fifth with Strictly Haslingfield, also on 16.5. Then we have It'll Be Alright on the Night with 16. Kiwis Can with 16. Wise Owl with 16. And in 10th place, joint 10th, are Nerd Immunity and Southwest Krusty's Leveling It on 15.5. So well done to you guys. So we might as well move on to round 4 now. Yeah, round 4. No, I've got that wrong, haven't I? No, I haven't. No, that's right. Sorry. So round 4 is sport. Sport from the 80s and 90s, remember? And these are 10 questions on sport from the 80s and 90s. Question 1. Which England football manager took the team to the 1982 World Cup in Spain? Which England football manager took the team to the 1982 World Cup in Spain?
Round 3? What round is this?
This is round 4.
No, we're on round 3.
No, we're not. We're on round 4. Round 1 was the picture round. Round 2 was 80s music. Round 3 was 90s music.
We haven't done
round 4.
We haven't done 90s music yet.
Oh yeah. So
thank you. Thank you to the person that emailed that to me.
Oh, forget about that one. Zoom, yeah. Erase the last 5 minutes. And we'll do round 3, isn't it? 90s music. Sorry, I forgot about 90s music. Right, 90s music. Sorry about that.
I've got it here.
Yeah. Question 1 on 90s music. This is the real round 3, not the fake one, the real one. Question 1 on 90s music. Who eventually had a hit in 1991 with a remixed version of her 1986 single, You've Got the Love? Who eventually had a hit in 1991 with a remixed version of her 1986 single, You've Got the Love?
Well, at least with that, I finally got the 99 Luftballons out of my head.
Yeah.
Something.
It's a good job we've got people watching as well.
Yeah.
It's round 3. So scribble out that answer you did for the sport round, because that's not yet. Question 2 on round 3, 90s music. Which 2 songs fought the Battle of Britpop in 1995, which ended in Blur beating Oasis to the #1 spot? Which 2 songs fought the Battle of Britpop in 1995, which ended in Blur beating Oasis to the #1 spot? So I want the name of the 2 songs that were released on the same day and battled for that same week for the #1 spot. Anything else?
No. Good.
That was question 2. Question 3 is another lyric question. Which 90s song features the lyric, "In the doorway, boy, she was a lipstick boy"? Which 90s song features the lyric, "In the doorway, boy, she was a lipstick boy"? Boy?
Boy.
Didn't realise I said it like that.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want to say it anymore.
Boy.
In the doorway by, in my West Country, in the doorway by, she was a lipstick by. Right, my lover. So you get half a point for the song title and half a point for the artist. That's question 3. Question 4. 2 Unlimited hit the number 1 spot in 1993 with No Limit. What nationality were they? 2 Unlimited hit the number 1 spot in 1993 with No Limit. What nationality were they? Question 5. In 1994, which artist played in front of 3.5 million people at Copacabana Beach, Rio, and still holds the record for the largest concert attendance? In 1994, which artist played in front of 3.5 million people at Copacabana Beach, Rio, and still holds the record for the largest concert attendance?
That seems unbelievable now. You can't even have a concert with 3.5 people.
Yeah. Yeah, 3.5 million. Well,
Yeah.
before we do that
Just
again.
imagine
Hmm.
one day. Not too far away.
I just want to know you fit that many people on that beach. It's long.
Is that the beach that has the aeroplane that comes really low over the top of it?
No.
If it's low tide, you're probably doing pretty well.
Yeah.
You get a lot more people on. You have to sort of like look at the tide schedule before you run a concert like that.
Yeah. Question 6. Which baseball player was mentioned in Madonna's Vogue? Which baseball player was mentioned in Madonna's Vogue? That's question 6. Question 7. Man on the Moon was a track from which REM album? Man on the Moon was a track from which REM album?
It seems that we have another team from the West Country.
Oh, proper job.
Yeah, though Bristol, you'd probably count that as the East Country from down Exeter way, wouldn't you? That's not proper West Country. That's just a little bit left to centre.
Although they do speak very West Country in Bristol.
Yeah.
I remember my sister had a farmer boyfriend once, and when I used to pick up the phone, he said, "Can I speak to Mel, please?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And he said, "Proper job, Mr. Roberts." Always made me smile. Question.
We had a Wurzels question last year, didn't we?
Yeah, we
Last
did.
time.
Question 8. Gaz Coombs was the lead singer with which band? Gaz Coombs was the lead singer with which band? Question 9. Which 4 beverages are featured in the lyrics to Chumbawamba's Tub Thumping? You don't have to get them in order. Which 4 beverages are featured in the lyrics to Chumbawamba's Tub Thumping? You get half a point for 2 or 3, 1 point for all 4. That's question 9. Question 10. Final question of round 3, the 90s music. Which spotted character had the Christmas number 1 in 1993? Which spotted character had the Christmas number 1 in 1993? And that ends your questions for round 3, 90s music.
Now, I've had a request already for a repeat of question 5.
Question 5 was, in 1994, which artist played in front of 3.5 million people at Copacabana Beach, Rio, and still holds the record for the largest concert attendance ever? Any more?
No, not yet.
So we'll give you until 8.
Oh, yes, we do, actually. Repeat question 2.
2, 3, and 7.
2
is, which 2 songs fought the Battle of Britpop in 1995, which ended in Blur beating Oasis to the number 1 spot?
And you get half a point for each.
Yeah, half a point for each song. Question 3, the lyrics question. Which 90s song features the lyric, "In the doorway, boy.
Boy.
She was a lipstick boy." I never knew I said that so stupidly.
Yeah. I think you've gone more West Country the longer you've been away.
Yeah, I think I have. No, they say bye though.
Bye.
Bye.
Well,
What was
equally
the other one?
Okay, 2, 3, and 7. Man on the Moon was a track on which REM album? I think was one of the first CDs I had.
Really? You had that, did you?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, they had CDs in Tasmania in the 90s.
Mm.
Right, any more requests for repeated questions? And in a minute, we'll give you a 5-minute warning.
Well, 3, yeah.
Or did you do
3
a 5-minute
minutes,
warning?
yeah,
Did you do,
yeah.
oh, okay,
So
right.
we've got
3-minute warning.
3 minutes until 8:50.
1 or 50?
50. 2 minutes got left.
Right, you've got another request, James. Please, can James do his best Bristolian accent?
Bristolian.
Bristolian. Is that how they say Bristol? Bristol. And say, arc at E. What does that mean?
It's a Wurzels thing. I can't even do West Country accents. I'm rubbish.
You're very West Country.
Hark at thee.
What does that mean?
Hark at thee. Look at you, or yeah, kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, like when angels say,
thee.
hark at thee.
Hark
thee.
Yeah.
Hark thee. All right. Any more requests for question?
I'm not going to be singing any Wurzel songs
yet. You've still got another cocktail in the fridge.
Cocktail left. Yeah. Need to get the rounds in the right order to start with, though.
Yeah. No more cocktails for you.
Mm-hmm. Should we have a break now? I could do with another cocktail and maybe comfort break, and then we could finish off marking this round.
Yep, that sounds fine.
So we'll break until what's the time now?
Well, should we break until
8:55?
What about 9 o'clock on the dot? Or 8:55?
8:55.
8:55. Okay. Well, that only gives like a 3-minute break because we've got 1 minute left. Oh, 5-minute break.
Right,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we will break until 8:55, and we will close this round in 1 more minute.
Yeah. We'll close this round in 1 more minute, and 5 minutes after that, we'll have a break for 5 minutes after that.
Yeah. That's sorted. All right. So I will lock that in a minute. There we are. That's 8:50, isn't it? Yep. Okay. So there we are. Look. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I will lock that, and we're halfway through our quiz. So I hope you're enjoying it so far. A reminder, of course, that this is a fundraising event. So we're raising money this time, not just for the PTFA, but also for Little Owls. Fundraising events have been pretty thin on the ground this year. For example, Little Owls have not been able to have their the bonfire night that runs every year. That's one of the major fundraisers. And the school won't be able to have their many Christmas fundraisers that really top up things to be able to buy much needed supplies and equipment and experiences for our children. So we're running these events, these quizzes to help sort of help out a bit with that this year. You can see on the website and on the email, there's a link to the Golden Giving page. It does say PTFA on it, but it will be divided between mostly between the preschool and the PTFA. But remember also that first prize for tonight is that the winning team gets to choose which charity 10% of the overall income goes to. So 10% of everything we raise tonight will go to a charity that we don't even know who it is yet. Last year, the winning team chose the Cambridge Breastfeeding Alliance, but the winning team can choose whichever charity they like, and we donate 10% to that as well. We are well on our way to our target. So we have a target of £1,000. And we are at 787 already. So that's fantastic. Thank you so much for all your support. And that will go a long way to helping fill the gaps. So we will go for a break for another 3 minutes.
So say 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes now. Okay, so we'll have a 5-minute break, which brings us to 8:57, which gives enough top for a wee comfort break. And a wee comfort break and top up our drinks. We're going to stick ourselves on mute. And we will be back soon.
Okay, welcome back again. We've done the marking for round 3, haven't we? Thanks, Matt and Charlotte. So we can say how everyone's doing after round 3. And still in the lead with maximum points are Collins Angels, 30 points after round 3. That's amazing.
Who I think are experienced quizzers, because I think they quiz together quite a lot, don't they? I remember from last time.
Yeah, they did very well last time. So they're on 30, but very, very close behind are Distant Minds on 29.5. So it's still very close. In third place, we have It's Quizmas Time on 27. Then we have The Grinches on 26. Wise Owls on 26. We Get Locked Down, but We Get Up Again on 26. Hopefully they got the Chumbawamba question right. There's another team on 25, Strictly Haslingfield. 8th is Nerd Immunity on 24.5. Also with 24.5 are Southwest Krusty's Leveling It, some more West Country folk there. And 10th place with 23.5 are It'll Be Alright on the Night. So that's after round 3. So coming up next is round 4, and you heard question 1 already a while back.
And some of you have already input that.
Yeah, well done. So I'll read it again. Question 1 on sport. Which England football manager took the team to the 1982 World Cup in Spain? Which England football manager took the team to the 1982 World Cup in Spain? Well, we didn't even lose a game. That's the first one I watched that. Was it the first one you watched?
Which one was that?
Question 1.
Yes, I'm sure it was. No, I was watching proper footy.
Well, you were 2, weren't you?
Yeah, we were watching proper footy, not this soccer business.
It's not soccer.
Soccer.
Right. Question 2. Which country finished second behind the USA in the medal table for the heavily boycotted 1984 Summer Olympics? Which country finished second behind the USA in the medal table for the heavily boycotted 1984 Summer Olympics? And this is using the convention that they have now, where you have the number of goals decides first who the placings.
Right, while you're filling in that, someone has reminded us we haven't read out the answers to round 3 yet.
Have we not?
No, we haven't.
No, we haven't.
But we'll do 3 and 4 together.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few people have said that. I'm really sorry. It's nice to have that straight afterwards, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's because our markers, Matt and Charlotte, are so speedy.
Yeah.
That we're cracking through it at faster than usual pace. So thank you so much for Matt and Charlotte. I think also they're finding it a bit faster because Matt's website, Matt Parkinson's new website, certainly is making it a lot easier.
Right, question 3 in sport, round 4. Michael Edwards was better known by which ornithological nickname? Michael Edwards was better known by which ornithological nickname? That's question 3. Question 4. During the Formula 1 1993 and 1994 seasons, which rarely used number did Damon Hill have on his car? During the 93 and 94 Formula 1 seasons, which rarely used number did Damon Hill have on his car? Question 4. Question 5. During the 1980s, who was a losing Wimbledon ladies singles finalist 4 times, losing to her nemesis Martina Navratilova in 3 of those? During the 1980s, who was a losing Wimbledon ladies singles finalist 4 times, losing to her nemesis Martina Navratilova in 3 of those? Question 6. Which golfer was known as the Walrus? Which golfer was known as the Walrus? Question 7. Who won the gold medal for Great Britain in the 1984 Olympic women's javelin? Who won the gold medal for Great Britain in the 1984 Olympic women's javelin? Question 7. That was question 7. Question 8. Who became the first football player to win consecutive English top division titles with different clubs in the inaugural year of the Premiership? Who became the first football player to win consecutive English top division titles with different clubs in the inaugural year of the Premiership?
This is the kind of question that would be really useful to have, I don't know, a ex-Premiership player on your team, wouldn't it?
Probably.
Yeah, I wonder if there are any teams out there that happen to have an ex-Premiership footballer hanging around. I'll be keeping an eye on you if you don't.
If you get it wrong.
If you get it wrong, you're going to get minus points. Yeah, Charlie Bear. All right.
Question 9. In which year did Dennis Taylor beat Steve Davis in the last frame of the World Snooker Championship final? In which year did Dennis Taylor beat Steve Davis in the last frame of the World Snooker Championship final? If I remember rightly, it ended about 1 in the morning or 1:30 or something. Incredible match. And the final question on the sport round, round 4. Who was the first Indigenous Australian to win a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games at the age of 16 in 1990? Who was the first Indigenous Australian to win a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games at the age of 16 in 1990? I have to have an Australian question, I guess.
Yeah. Doing 80s and 90s sport, you could probably do them all Australian questions. Certainly enough material to work with, you know.
It was that long ago that they won stuff, wasn't it?
All right, so that's all 10 questions. I'm just having a look at my email to see if you guys want any reread.
We're not going to lock it yet for another 5 minutes. And we could probably read out the answers to round 3.
Let's give them a little bit of time
Right,
to,
okay.
yeah, we'll just see if we've got any repeats coming through.
Yeah. So remember to press update once you finish.
I'm just having a little look at the emails to see if there are any more, but no, you guys seem to have got that. Oh yeah, number 2 again.
Number 2. Which country finished second behind the USA in the medal table for the heavily boycotted 1984 Summer Olympics? Which country finished second behind the USA in the medal table for the heavily boycotted 1984 Summer Olympics?
And someone has requested that quite a few of them get read out again. So we've just read out number 2 again. Question number 1. Which England football manager took the team to the 1982 World Cup in Spain? Question 3. Michael Edwards was better known by which ornithological nickname? Question 4. During the Formula 1 93 and 94 seasons, which rarely used number did Damon Hill have on his car? During the 1980s, who was a losing Wimbledon ladies singles finalist 4 times, losing to her nemesis, Martina? You've been practicing this more than me.
Navratilova.
In 3 of those. Question 6. Which golfer was known as the Walrus? Question 7. Who won the gold medal for GB in the 1984 Women's Olympic Javelin? Question 8. Who became the first football player to win consecutive English top division titles with different clubs in the inaugural year of the Premiership? And I'd like to point out, I'm not the only one who thinks that certain professional footballers need to get this correct or they'll get points deducted. Not mentioning it is. In which year, question 9, in which year did Dennis Taylor beat Steve Davis in the last frame of the World Snooker Championship final? Question 10. Who was the first Indigenous Australian to win a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games at the age of 16 in 1990?
And that's your sport.
That's your sport round. I think we've got 1 minute left before we're going to close that off.
And then we'll read you the answers to 90s music round 3. You should have done before. So click update on your sport round and they'll be marked very quickly.
All right, you all seem fine with updates.
Right, should we lock it?
We said quarter past.
Quarter past. What is it now? 14. Right.
Past. There we are. Quarter past. Round 4 is locked.
Well, we've locked your answers for round 4, sport, and we'll give you the answers to round 3 and round 4 now, I think. Round 3, 90s music. Who eventually had a hit in 1991 with a remix version of her 1986 single "You've Got the Love," also covered by Florence and the Machine. It was Candy Staton. Candy Staton. Question 2, which songs fought the Battle of Britpop in 1995, which ended in Blur beating Oasis to the #1 spot? It was Country House from Blur and Roll With It from Oasis. Country House and Roll With It. Question 93, which 90s song features the lyric, "In the doorway, boy, she was a lipstick boy"? It was boy. Underworld, Born Slippy. Question 4, 2 Unlimited hit the #1 spot in 1993 with No Limits. There's no limits. They were Dutch. Question 5, in 1994, who played in front of 3.5 million at Copacabana Beach? It was Rod Stewart. 1994. Question 6, which baseball player was mentioned in Madonna's Vogue? Lots of people were mentioned in Madonna's Vogue. The baseball player she mentioned was Joe DiMaggio. Joe DiMaggio. Question 7, Man on the Moon was a track on which REM album? Did you know that one then?
Yes, I did.
What was it?
Automatic for the People.
Have you got that?
I do in Mum and Dad's garage.
I'm
Still,
impressed.
probably. Yeah.
Great
yeah.
album.
Yeah, with like the little, like the star thing. Yeah.
Gaz Coombs was the lead singer of Supergrass. And Grass.
Supergrass.
Proper job, Grass.
Supergrass.
Which 4 beverages are featured in the lyrics to Chumbawamba's Tub Thumping? It's easy for you to say.
I think I've probably got 3 of them in this glass.
Well, I
Thanks
think
to my lovely cocktail.
at least one team should have got that with the title "We Get Locked Down, but We Get Up Again." It was, of course, we drink a whiskey drink, we drink a vodka drink, we drink a lager drink, we drink a cider drink. So whiskey, vodka, lager, and cider.
You did, of course, get half a point if you had 2 or 3.
Yeah. Question 10, which spotted character had the Christmas #1 in 1993? It was, of course, Mr. Blobby.
Is he a bit like Mr. Tumble?
No.
I've never seen Mr.
I've never
seen
Tumble's
Mr.
real,
Blobby.
isn't he?
Is he?
Well, he's a man, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not actually
Mr.
real.
Blobby wasn't a man.
Mr. Tumble's not a real person. He's an actor. He plays.
I think he's real. Right, so we gave the positions after round 3 anyway, so we don't have to do those again. So we'll give you the answers to round 4 now. Round 4, question 1, which England football manager took the team to Spain in 1992 where they didn't lose a game, but they still got knocked out? That was Ron Greenwood. Question 2, which country finished second behind the USA in the medal table for the heavily boycotted 1984 Summer Olympics? That was Romania. They were the only Eastern Bloc nation who took part, and they got 20 gold medals. Romania. Strange times. Question 3. Michael Edwards was better known by which ornithological nickname? Michael Edwards was obviously better known as Eddie Edwards. He got that nickname later on, and he was obviously known as Eddie the Eagle. Eddie the Eagle. Question 4. During the Formula 1 1993 and 1994 seasons, which rarely used number did Damon Hill have on his car? And it was a number 0. Number 0. So well done if you got that. Question 5. During the 1980s, who was the losing Wimbledon ladies singles finalist 4 times, losing to her nemesis Martina Navratilova in 3 of those? It was Chris Evert Lloyd. Chris Evert is okay, that's fine, and Chris Lloyd is okay. That's fine. Chris Evert was her maiden name. Question 6. Which golfer was known as the Walrus? It was Craig Stadler. American golfer Craig Stadler. I think it was because of his big moustache. He was known as the Walrus. Question 7. Who won the gold medal for Great Britain in the 1984 Olympics women's javelin? That was Tessa Sanderson. A lot of people get their muddled up with Fatima Whitbread, but she didn't actually win a gold medal in the Olympics. You were still rooting for Australia then, weren't you?
Yeah.
Question 8. Who became the first football player to win consecutive English top division titles with different clubs in the inaugural year of the Premiership? And this was a Man United question. It was, of course, Eric Cantona, who won the league title of the old First Division in 1992 with Leeds, and then he transferred to Man United the following season and won the first ever Premiership. Before kung fu kicking some man in the stands. Question 9. In which year did Dennis Taylor beat Steve Davis in the last frame of the World Snooker Championship final? About 1 in the morning. It was 1985. 1985. And finally, question 10. Who was the first Indigenous Australian to win a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games at the age of 16 in 1990? And it was Kathy Freeman, who was also in the, obviously, Sydney Olympics in 2000. Kathy Freeman. So after 4 rounds, do you want to do the table?
I'll do the top. All right. I'll take it from yours because mine.
I'll do it then.
I would just read who's in the top 10. Don't bore everyone with the scores.
Yeah. No, I'll do the scores as well. So at the top is with still maximum points, 40 points. Collins Angels with 40, amazing. Second place with 37.5 are Distant Minds. Third place with 36, it's Christmas time. Fourth place, we get locked down, but we get up again, 33. And Wise Owls
actually, they're having a particularly good. We get locked down, but we get up again. They've got a birthday girl on their team. Happy birthday to Louisa.
Oh, happy birthday, Louisa.
Who couldn't be thinking of anything better to do for her birthday than to be doing really, really well on a quiz. So really glad you can join us, and we hope you're having lots of fun with your friends.
Yeah, joint fourth, not bad.
Joint fourth is a really good way to be spending your birthday. I literally could not think of a better way. But happy birthday.
So joint fourth with them are Wise Owls on 33. Sixth are Allwell All-Stars on 31.5. Seventh are the Grinches on 31. And joint seventh are Strictly Haslingfield, also on 31. Ninth with 30.5 are Tear to Eternity. That's the first appearance I've seen of them in the top 10, so they're rising up.
Yeah.
10th are the Shoulder Pads. I think that's the first time we've heard them in the top 10, so they're moving up as well on 30 points.
Doing well.
So we've got 2 rounds to go, so still all to play for.
So thank you everyone who's been donating so kindly to our fundraiser. As we said, we're doing this to help out our 2 local charities, Little Owls Preschool and the Haslingfield PTFA, who are both struggling a little bit this year because they haven't been able to have as much fundraising activity as usual. So we're doing this to help out a little bit. We are up to £868 already.
We're nearly
which is fantastic. Thank you so much for everyone donating. That's really fantastic. And we are practically at our target. So that is really good news. Thank you very much, everyone. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's great. So yeah, see if we can hit our target, or Hannah's going to do her Live Aid Bob Geldof thing and say, give us your effing money or something like that.
Or worse, I'll sing one of the songs from the 90s.
Yeah.
There's a real threat for you.
Right, so we're going to move on to round 5 now. We've got 2 rounds left. Round 5 is film and TV. We've got 10 questions on that. We're all up to date on table standings and markings. So that's brilliant.
I think film and TV, the same as last time. This is usually my favourite round.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
You've probably got 2 on this one, haven't you?
I think I got 3, actually. Yeah. That's,
Right, so question 1 on film and TV is, who provides the voice for Buzz Lightyear in the Toy Story films? Who provides the voice for Buzz Lightyear in the Toy Story films? Question 2. Channel 4's The Big Breakfast launched in 1992 with which two main presenters? Channel 4's The Big Breakfast launched in 1992 with which two main presenters? Yeah, so they had many presenters later on. Which were the two at launch? And you get half a point for each if you only know one of them. Question 3. Which Kenny Everett character had the catchphrase, "It's all done in the best possible taste"? You won't have a clue what I'm talking about here, will you? Which Kenny Everett character
No idea.
had the catchphrase, "It's all done in the best possible taste"? And I want the Christian name and surname for that one. You have to say it very carefully as well.
Though you do get half a point for
half a
just
point for
the
the Christian
first
name.
name.
Yeah.
Do you get half a point for the surname?
No.
No.
I don't think you
Okay,
get
only the
surname.
first name.
Yeah. Question 4. Which mid-90s show's regular features included Ugly Bloke, It's Your Letters, and Fat Lookalikes? Which mid-90s shows regular features included Ugly Bloke, It's Your Letters, and Fat Lookalikes? It probably wouldn't be on TV today, I would imagine.
Like many shows in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. Question 5 on TV and film. Which former Cheers actor has appeared as a voice in all 22 Pixar films?
I think that's amazing. I thought this one was really interesting.
Which former Cheers actor has appeared as a voice in all 22 Pixar films? Question 6. Which film had the tagline, "Fear can hold you prisoner, hope can set you free"? Which film had the tagline, "Fear can hold you prisoner, hope can set you free"?
This was my absolute.
No. Don't give clues.
Everyone gets the same
no.
clue. It's all
No
even.
one
It's not
gets
like
a
I'm
clue.
giving secret clues.
No one gets clues.
Do you know what my clue was going to be?
No,
it wasn't
yes,
actually
I do.
a clue.
Yeah, I do.
It wasn't much of a clue.
It was.
not like anyone else would know. It's not like even you would.
Zip it. www.zipit.com.
Yeah, but.
No, but. Question 7. In The Simpsons, what is Patty and Selma's favourite TV show?
I love that.
In The Simpsons, what is Patty and Selma's favourite TV show?
That's one of those ones, if you know it, it's easy.
Yeah, well, like all of them, really.
I guess so. It's just that one I know.
Did you know that one?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, their favourite TV shows.
No. Question 8. What film did Steven Spielberg win his first Best Director Oscar for in 1994? What film did Steven Spielberg win his first Best Director Oscar for in 1994? Question 9. Jeff Bridges played the dude in which 1990s Coen Brothers film? Jeff Bridges played the dude in which 1990s Coen Brothers film? And the final question on film and TV, question 10. Richie Rich and Eddie Hitler were the two main characters in which BBC TV sitcom? Richie Rich and Eddie Hitler were the two main characters in which BBC TV sitcom? And that's your lot for film and TV. Let us know if you need any more repeating. And you've got 5-ish minutes left.
About 5 minutes.
Before we lock down.
Great. And we are so close to our target, we might even be able to smash it. We're at £937.50. So thank you so much for your donations that will be going to the preschool, Little Owls, and the PTFA. As lots of you know, the Little Owls fundraising is close to my heart, having done that for a few years as well. I think they are hoping to buy a few things to make their lives a bit easier. Who's a Little Owls parent remembers putting up that orange fence every morning and every afternoon? So they are hoping to finally replace it for a really awesome, easier version that doesn't involve banging stakes into the ground and hitting fingernails and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's their hope for this year, is something that's going to make a big difference to everyone there. But you know, thanks to events like this and donations from people like you, it helps buy things that wouldn't otherwise be able to be afforded to make everyone's life a little bit easier. So thank you so much. And we've just made it for 950 now. So thank you very much. I've got a few emails coming through now asking
So I need to repeat
for
question 8,
repeats.
I think.
So let me see. Oh, hang on a sec. We've got 7 and 8, 8. 3 and 8, and someone said all again because we got a bit lost in the numbers. So what I'll do is I'll read them through all of them, so then you can keep keep track of the numbers. So question one, who provides the voice for Buzz Lightyear in the Toy Story films? Question 2, Channel 4's The Big Breakfast launched in 1992 with which 2 main presenters? And you get half a point for each. Question 3, Kenny Everett character all done in the best possible taste? I don't think I'm reading that properly. I don't know that one.
Which Kenny Everett character had the catchphrase, "It's all done in the best possible taste"?
If only that's what was actually written there, then that would have...
I can add lib on me.
Question 4. Which mid-90s show's regular features included Ugly Bloke, It's All Your Letters, and Fat Lookalikes?
It's Your Letters.
That sounds like a horrible show.
Yeah, it was really.
Yeah. It's a good thing they don't have that kind of stuff anymore. Question 5. Which former Cheers actor has appeared as a voice in all 22 Pixar films? Question 6. Which film had the tagline, "Fear can hold you prisoner, hope can set you free"? Question 7. In The Simpsons, what is Patty and Selma's favourite TV show? Question 8. Sorry, I'm reading questions at the same time. Question 8. What film did Steven Spielberg win his first Best Director Oscar in 1994? So I'm just also, 1994. Which film did Steven Spielberg win his first Best Director Oscar for in 1994? That's a bit better. You can tell one of us has been practicing these questions and one of us hasn't. Question 9. Jeff Bridges played the dude in which 1990s Coen Brothers film? Question 10. Richie Rich and Eddie Hitler were the 2 main characters in which BBC TV sitcom? So that's all of them read out again, which I think
they'll be marked.
Can we sorted?
Can we go through the answer? Can we lock it yet?
How are we going for like the 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Are we at 5 minutes now, are we?
Yeah. I think we're going to lock it.
Okie dokie. Yep. All right. Do you want me to lock it?
All right. Yep. We're locking it down. Lock it now.
Lock it in, Eddie.
It's all locked.
Is a reference that doesn't make any sense to anyone in England.
No.
Right. So lock it in, Eddie.
Right. So the answers for round 5, film and TV. Who provides the voice for Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story films? It was Tim Allen. Tim Allen.
He was a lot more famous in Australia than he was here. Did you have Home Improvements here?
Yeah, they did. We did, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it was
not many
quite
people
a lot.
watched it, I don't think.
Yeah.
Some people did, maybe.
Mm.
Question 2. Channel 4's The Big Breakfast launched in 1992 with which 2 main presenters? It was, of course, Chris Evans and Gabby Roslin. Chris Evans and Gabby Roslin. Question 3. The Kenny Everett character, which had the catchphrase, "It's all done in the best possible taste," often seen with the cardboard cutout of Michael Parkinson or Terry Wogan. It was Cupid Stunt. Say that very carefully. Cupid Stunt.
You should have put that at the start, as it becomes in a later round. There's a bit too much of a chance of a drunken. I still said it all right though. Cupid. I'll stop saying it now. Yeah, stop saying it. You're gonna.
Question 4. Which mid-90s show regular features included Ugly Bloke, It's Your Letters, and Fat Lookalikes? It was the un-PC TFI Friday with Chris Evans again. TFI Friday.
Oh, that's bad. Who's just not got any more politically correct as time goes on anyway.
No. Question 5. Which former Cheers actor has appeared as a voice in all 22 Pixar films? It was John Ratzenberger. John Ratzenberger, who played Cliff, the postman in Cheers.
Do you know any of the Pixar characters he provided a voice for?
Yeah, well, in Toy Story, he was. I I can't remember now.
Can you remember any of his
Even the
roles?
Toy Story.
There's something to Google later. I think that's quite interesting, that
I'm
one.
sure someone else will help us out with that.
Yeah.
Question 6. Which film had the tagline, "Fear can hold you prisoner, hope can set you free"? What clue are you going to give? That it was one of your favourite films ever?
Oh, it was one of my favourite films ever. In fact, I think it's the first time I actually just went and bought a DVD of a movie that I've watched loads of times before.
Yeah. And it's a lot of people's favourite films ever. So The Shawshank Redemption, obviously. It was The Shawshank Redemption. Question 7. In The Simpsons, what is Paddy and Selma's favourite TV show? Every time you see them, they're watching MacGyver. MacGyver, who was a private eye, I think.
That's another one that wasn't really big here.
What?
MacGyver.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
The
no,
only
I
thing I
watched
know
like
from is The
MacGyver was
Simpsons.
on every week. So yeah, I knew it really well. It's like he was like Lassie, like a Scout's
Was it
version of
dog, was he?
Lassie. No, but like he'd go and save people or get out of tricky situations, and all he'd have is like a match and a cotton bud, and he'd managed to save a city from an avalanche.
But Lassie was a dog, though.
So like Lassie,
Right, but not a dog.
but not a dog,
Right.
and saving people with like a
With his nose?
inch of dental floss or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You should watch it. It's actually quite good.
Can't wait. Question 8. Which film did Steven Spielberg win his first Best Director Oscar for in 1994? It was Schindler's List. Schindler's List. Schindler's List.
I knew with that one I had to be quiet because there's a chance that I would say something.
All right. Question 9. Jeff Bridges played the dude in which 1990s Coen Brothers film? It was The Big Lebowski. Great film, The Big Lebowski. Finally, question 10. Richie Rich and Eddie Hitler were the two main characters in which BBC TV sitcom? It was, of course, Bottom. So we've got one round left. And do we have the final scores in for that round?
We can soon, but before, more importantly, someone has given me some important information. In Toy Story, John Ratzenberger was Ham the pig.
Oh yeah, of course he was. Yeah, the pig. Yeah.
Thanks, Sarah. We were wondering.
Oh, we're nearly there on the money.
Yep, we're doing really well with donations. Thank you so much, everyone. Makes such a difference to have some money to help with the education of our children who have had a rough time this year. With all the time in lockdown, a lot of them are struggling a bit. So it's good to be able to help raise a bit of money to help support our kids who have had a hard time being in lockdown. And I think they will all need a little bit of extra support in the next couple of years. So it's good to be able to help provide a few more resources to help out with that. Right, shall we crack on with round 10?
Well, let's do the scores.
Oh, actually, we'll just say someone has just put a donation. We are at
wow, we made it. Oh, well done.
Thanks, team.
Yeah, well done, everyone. That's brilliant. That's great.
Let's see if we can smash it there. What did we get last time?
I can't remember.
12.50. We have a new target. But no, thank you so much. We're really grateful for everyone for donating. Thank you.
So we'll look at the teams after round 6 and round 5. Sorry, teams after round 5, and we have still in first place are Collins Angels, but they've dropped a point.
Ooh.
So they're on 49. In second place still are Distant Minds on 47.5.
So we've got a chance for the
a chance for it to change.
Reigning champions to be knocked off.
Third place are It's Quizmas Time on 46. Fourth place, Wise Owls on 42. Fifth place, joint fifth, the Orwell All Stars and We Get Locked Down But We Get Up Again.
So Birthday Girl is raising up. What better birthday present could you have, Louisa, than winning a quiz?
Seventh place are the Grinches, joint 7th with Strictly Haslingfield, also on 41. Ninth place are the Southwest Countries, Leveling It on 39. And 10th are Tear to Eternity on 38. So
I think we've actually got two Haslingfield school teacher teams with us as well.
Mm.
And we have at least one. Where's the Little Owls team? Where are they scoring? Let me just have a little look. We've got. I'll have to have a little look. So currently we've got Haslingfield teachers are ahead of preschool teachers. A little bit of healthy competition for you guys. But we're really pleased to have the staff of both organisations joining us. So thanks for hanging out with us. And of course, we're doing this because we're trying to support our schools, because we're really grateful for all of our teachers and everything that you're doing for our kids at the moment. I think we're all particularly grateful because God knows I can't teach my kids. I clearly suck at it. So I'm really glad that we have some professional, expert, wonderful, caring teachers looking after our children. Thank you. So on that note, we are now up to round 6, which is our final round.
The final round, you'll be glad to hear. Final round, round 6, anything goes, or what we called last time, potpourri. Question 1. Which beverage was advertised using the slogan, "Follow the bear"? Which beverage was advertised using the slogan, "Follow the bear"? Question 2. Which male author with popular fictional books on music and sport was the only author to have 2 books in the top 10 best-selling books of the 1990s? Which male author with popular fictional books on music and sport was the only author to have 2 books in the top 10 best-selling books of the 1990s? Question 3. On the 5th of April 1990, which German discount food supermarket opened their first store in Britain in Birmingham? On the 5th of April 1990, which German discount food supermarket opened their first store in Britain in Birmingham? On the 5th of April 1990. Question 4. In 1982, who trespassed into the Queen's bedroom at Buckingham Palace? In 1982, who trespassed into the Queen's bedroom at Buckingham Palace? Question 5. Which model car did Ford replace the Mondeo with in 1993? Which model car did Ford replace the Mondeo with in 1993? Question 6. What was the name of the Minister for Agriculture who famously fed a hamburger to his 5-year-old daughter in order to counter the fears that BSE could be spread from humans in 1990? What was the name of the Minister for Agriculture who famously fed a hamburger to his 5-year-old daughter in order to counter the fears that BSE could be spread to humans in 1990? Question 7. Which newspaper was launched in 1986 with the slogan, "It is, are you"? Which newspaper was launched in 1986 with the slogan, "It is, are you"?
You got the wording in that. Yeah, reread that.
Okay.
Model car. What did they replace it with?
That's what I said.
Which one was first? Which one? That was first, wasn't it?
All right. Okay, there seems to be a bit of confusion on question number 5.
Shall I read that one?
Question 5. Which model car was replaced by the Mondeo in 1993 with Ford?
So up until 1993, there was a particular car, and that car is now called a Mondeo. What was a Mondeo called before it was a Mondeo?
No, it's a different car. But
Okay.
the model was replaced with the Mondeo.
Yeah. I guess grammar must come with your pen license, hey? Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, it was not grammatically correct. So what model car did the Mondeo replace?
Yeah. Question 8. Lego licensed its first themed Lego set in 1999. What was the theme? Lego licensed its first themed Lego set in 1999. What was the theme? Question 9. Which two-fingered chocolate bar launched by Cadbury in the UK in 1987 after being initially launched in Ireland as a single-finger bar? What two-fingered chocolate bar was launched by Cadbury's in 1987 in the UK after initially being launched in Ireland as a single-finger bar? And the final question of the night, question 10. Which supermarket chain specializing in frozen food was bought by Iceland in 1989, despite being 3 times bigger at the time? Which supermarket chain specializing in frozen food was bought by Iceland in 1989, despite being 3 times bigger at the time?
So which one was bigger, Iceland or that one?
I'm going to say it then.
Give me some credit.
I think that's grammatically correct.
I was just wondering which one was bigger, Iceland or
the one
that one?
The one that was bought was 3 times bigger.
Mm.
So if anyone wants any questions repeated for questions round 6, then let us know.
Yep.
You've got about 5 minutes before we lock it down and give the final scores.
Right, and thank you again to Matt and Charlotte Fletcher, who are working away behind the scenes. I was meant to mark a couple of questions, but actually I haven't done any of the last few rounds because they are on fire.
Done really quickly, really well.
They are behind the scenes working away, but I try not to feel too guilty because I think their job is not too bad tonight, because Matt Parkinson's website seems to be working really well and making marking a lot more straightforward. So thank you to all 3 of them, Matt Parkinson and Matt and Charlotte Fletcher, for all the work you're doing behind the scenes.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. It's helped a lot, enormously.
Right, we've got one request to reread. There we are. Question 2. Which male author with popular fictional books on music and sport was the only author to have 2 books in the top 10 best-selling books of the 90s? So we had 2 books in the top 10 best-selling books of the 90s. Just email me again if that one didn't quite make sense. And thank you again to everyone that's kindly donated to our event tonight. We're over our target, which is really good news. The website, the Golden Giving website, will probably be up for a few days. I remember last time, I think it was up for a couple of days last time. I'm sure Charlotte will message me in a minute and tell me. But the website will be up for a couple of days. So there's still plenty of time to make a donation if you haven't yet. But thank you so much to everyone that has. We really appreciate it. Every bit makes a difference this year in helping out our children. So we've got a couple more minutes, and I haven't had any other emails. Doing good. How are you guys going on the marking? Question 1 in round 6. Question 1. Which beverage was advertised using the slogan, "Follow the bear"? Now, before we finish marking and start reading out the final scores, who was in the top place after the last round?
Collins Angels.
Collins Angels. distant minds. It's Christmas time. We get locked down and we get up again. Would you guys like to send me what your charities are, if you've decided yet? Because what we'll do is we'll read them out. And then when we know who the winning team is, then we can announce which charity is going to get some extra money. Because as I said, of all the money we raise tonight and that is donated tonight and tomorrow and however long the website's up for, 10% of everything we raise is going to go to the winning team's charity of choice. So it ends up being 3 charities that are supported. We've got Little Owls Preschool, we've got the Haslingfield PTFA, and then a third charity that we don't even know that gets picked by the winning team. So that's quite, it just feels like a nice thing to do. Spread the love a bit. If you wanted to email us what your charities are, then we can announce that with the final.
And in the meantime, should we get the answers?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. So while I'm reading out the answers,
round.
if you're in the top 5 that we just read out, send us through what your charity is, please.
So round 6, final round, anything goes. Question 1, which beverage was advertised using the slogan "Follow the Bear"? It was Hofmeister beer. Hofmeister beer. Question 2, which male author with popular fictional books on music and sport was the only author to have 2 books in the top 10 best-selling books of the 90s? It was Nick Hornby. Nick Hornby, who had the 2 books were Fever Pitch and High Fidelity. Question 3, on 5th of April 1990, which German discount food supermarket opened their first store in Britain in Birmingham? Well, it could have been Aldi or Lidl, couldn't it? It was Aldi. Aldi was the answer to that one. Question 4, in 1982, who trespassed into the Queen's bedroom at Buckingham Palace? It was Michael Fagan.
I think you should get half a point if you put the BFG.
Yeah. Question 5, I worded this probably wrongly. Question 5, which model car did Ford replace the Mondeo with? Which car came before the Mondeo? Which Ford did? It was, of course, the Ford Sierra in 1993. Ford Sierra. Question 6, what was the name of the Minister for Agriculture who famously fed a hamburger to his 5-year-old daughter in order to counter the fears that BSE could be spread to humans? It was John Selwyn Gummer. John Selwyn Gummer, or John Gummer. Which newspaper was launched in 1986 with the slogan, "It is, are you"? It was The Independent. What Lego licensed its first theme, the Lego set, in 1999? What was the theme? It was Star Wars. Star Wars. Question 9, what 2-fingered chocolate bar launched by Cadbury in the UK in 1987 after being initially launched in Ireland as a single finger bar? It was the Twirl, the lovely Cadbury's Twirl. And question 10, which supermarket chain specializing in frozen food was bought by Iceland in 1989, despite being 3 times bigger at the time? It was B-Jam, if anyone remembers B-Jam. And that's it. That's all your answers. And have they all been marked yet?
I think they have, yeah.
If they've all been marked, should we do a countdown from the bottom?
Yep, I'm just reading through. I'm getting in a few of the charities.
Oh.
Of course, if you're in the top 5 and you haven't decided what your charity would be yet, because it's such a surprise and an honor that you're in the top 5, then don't worry, that's fine. Don't sweat it. It's just if you did already know, then we could put that in. All right, go for it. Are you going from the bottom?
Yeah, I guess everyone deserves a mention, doesn't they?
They do, yeah, but maybe don't read out the scores for every single person.
We got 41, 2. So, is that 40?
I feel like you should show everyone what Matt's colourful, pretty website looks like.
So we got 40. 41st are Kiwis can.
So when we have 41 teams.
42 teams.
42 teams. Someone asked how many teams we've got.
42 teams. Joint 41st, also a Littlington light bulbs. In 40th place, our brains abound. 39th, Kiwis can again. Something's odd's gone on there.
Guess Kiwis can't. Well, I could have told you that.
38th.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, it was good. 38th are the Flu Fighters. 37th are Rip Balls. 36th, Late to the Party. 35th, Tired and Tested. 34th, Mithem Movers. 33rd are the Madison Massive. Joint 31st are Sleepless in South Cams and Team Bridget. 30th, 27 days till Christmas. Joint 28th are Robertson Crusoe and Going for Last. 27th are the Hillgillies. 26th are Knickers on the Table. 25th are Stray Cats. Joint 23rd are Carol Singing Outside, 18th of December, 6:30 p.m.
I feel like there's a message in that quiz name, in that team name. Do you want to just read it again so we can figure out what they might mean? Because some of these are a bit cryptic.
Carol Singing Outside, 18th of December at 6:30 p.m.
18th of December.
Don't know what that could mean.
I guess we'd better just remember that and try and figure out what that could mean. Hey.
Also 18th, also 23rd are the Definitely Maybes. Joint 21st are Tears of a Clown and Quizzy Rascals. Joint 19th.
That's quite good.
Yeah, that's a good one. Cheap Crackers and A Terrible Team. Joint 17th are Four for Coffee and Harlton Heroes. 16th are the Danger Mice. 14th are Tears for Fears. That's a good one. Joint 14th again are the Shoulder Pads. 13th are Nerd Immunity. 12th, the Beebs. 11th, Tear to Eternity. 10th, It'll Be Alright on the 9th. 9th, Southwest Krusties Leveling It. And joint 7th are the Grinches and Wise Owls. Joint 5th, we're getting in the top 5 now, are All Well All Stars on Strictly Haslingfield. 4th, We Get Locked Down But We Get Up Again.
I did like that one too.
3rd, It's Quizmas Time. 2nd are Distant Minds. And first place on 58 points out of 60, which is pretty good.
Defending their lead.
Defending their title again, and they win with 58 points this time, are Collins Angels.
Well done.
So very well done, guys. That was awesome. Brilliant.
Well done for everyone, actually. We're really pleased you could all join us. So thank you for coming along.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
So as we said, we are dividing up the money between the PTFA and the Little Owls Preschool. But 10% of everything we raise tonight and tomorrow, whenever you want to put your donations through, is also going to go to the East Anglian Children's Hospice, which is the charity of choice for the charity of choice for Collins Angels is the East Anglian Children's Hospice. So that certainly sounds like something that we're really pleased to be supporting as well. So thank you so much for all the donations. We have one last question.
For Abby Madison, how many band members were originally in Take That?
Yeah, so Abby, it sounds like you've got an extra question. So you're not done yet. If you could please email Old Fashioned Style your answer to us. How many band members were originally in Take That? That would be good, thank you. And then you can be finished. But everyone else, other than Abby, who's still got to email through that answer for how many band members were originally in Take That, you are all done. So thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We hope you had a really fun time. We have raised a total now of £1,112.50, which is above our target, but there is still time to donate more. So if you haven't donated and you'd like to, that link is still active. Abby, I know you guys are all desperate to know what the Take That answer is. Apparently it's 5. Is that correct?
I think it's 5, yeah.
I think it's 5. Yeah. So good. Abby, you get an extra clap. There we are. Thank you, Abby. All right, so we're all done. No more questions coming through. Very good. So I think we'll sign off.
And thanks again to Matt and Charlotte and Matt for the marking software as well. That's brilliant. Helped us a lot this time.
Yeah, it did make it a lot easier. It was a lot more straightforward. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for all of our helpers. And yeah, have a good night.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.